Hi there. I'm Ron Gula from Gula Tech Adventures. Today we're going to talk about the biggest startup mistakes that I've seen founders make. So I'm former NSA. I helped co-found Tenable Network Security. I ran it for 16 years. And I'm the president of Gula Tech Adventures, where we constantly get solicitations for nonprofit grants as well as investments in cybersecurity companies. I see a lot of different founders, and I like to give them advice. And this is some of the advice I give them. First of all, if you're ever pitching anybody, I always say, hey, go back to our 5-slide pitch deck, right? What problem do you solve? How do you solve it? Show me some proof. What are you going to do with the money that you're asking for? And then what's your vision of success, right? I always fall back to that. And that's available here as a video and other things. But the biggest thing I tell founders, especially when I go out and I either speak at a private dinner or do a keynote, is the number one reason you should be an entrepreneur, you should be a founder, is because you have some sort of vision. It shouldn't be because you want to be famous. It shouldn't be because you want to make money. You really should have some sort of desire to achieve something for more than yourself. And when I say achieve something, some goal that is identifiable. Because without this compass point, you are never going to be able to recognize all of the different things that can come before you and know a good decision from a bad decision. There'll be input from people who've done 100 businesses and they've all done it successfully one way. Maybe it's not applicable for you. Maybe it's something that you need to do your own way. Without having that point that you can understand, that's the reason why you're doing this, you're constantly going to be presented with options and opportunities. And without knowing which one's going to bring you closer to that goal, it can be a distraction. I've counseled founders and CEOs. Maybe they've got an offer and it's less than what they wanted, but it's on a platform that gets their solution to millions of people worldwide. That's not a bad win. And if your goal is to get to get your product and solution, worldwide, that's what we do. That's one of the reasons we started Gula Tech Adventures, is so we could help people bring their products and cyber solutions to defend the country in cyberspace. That's our goal. It's nice to have exits. It's nice to invest money and make money, but it's even better to defend the country and help people be entrepreneurs. Now, another thing that I tell founders is you are absolutely going to make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. However, you can make a mistake and then screw it up a lot worse. You can ignore the mistake. You can not tell people about the mistake. So I tell people that if you make a mistake, the absolute best way to handle it is with humility and transparency. What are you going to do next? What did you do wrong? What is the plan? And because if you can choose these opportunities to engage with your employees, with your investors, with the media, the public, I mean, there's different scales of mistakes, but the more you can learn from these mistakes and figure out what you were doing incorrectly that didn't bring you to that goal I was talking about earlier, the more it can be done. I've got all types of founders we work with. Some are over communicative, some are under communicative. But when there's a big problem where you're talking about a change in your business, a change in your go-to-market, a pivot, if you will, that is something that you need to handle. And, it might have been because of a mistake, but at the same time, maybe it's because you're learning more about what your customers want with your solution. Now, the last key piece of advice I tell founders is you have to surround yourself with good people. It could be smarter people, it could be better people, it could be more innovative people. You have to surround yourself with smart people. When you start out, if you're the entrepreneur, you are the show. The people who found the company are typically the ones that write the first code, that draft the first messaging on the website and so on. But as you scale, as you grow your company, you are going to replace yourself out of all of those jobs. And you need to make sure that the people who are replacing you on these key roles are better at it than you were. A lot of times I've heard people say, oh, wow, I had to replace, this person. We got bigger. We had to replace with 3 people to do the same job. You should not be too worried about that, right? You need to think about more in terms of the scalability of your organization. What happens if you get hit by a bus? What happens if your number 2 person gets into a situation where they can't come to work. So the more you grow your company, the more you want to surround yourself with good people, and the more you want to be transparent with them, the more you want them to be part of the have that same page. As you surround yourself with these good people, it's really hard to do this, but you actually have to say the same words to your customers, to your investors, to the media, and to your employees. The better people you have, the more you trust them, the easier it will be to do this. I find a lot of entrepreneurs first time out are very concerned about oversharing, the secret sauce, oversharing the long-term plans. And, you can't just expect people to be robots and be, today we're doing this, but tomorrow I want you to do that. So as you surround yourself with good people, you're going to build trust two ways and let them go about doing it. All right. So once again, we've got more videos like this here at the Gula Tech Adventures channel. I highly recommend people check out the 5-slide pitch deck. And if you want to see more videos, you can check them out at the Gula.tech website or here on YouTube. Thanks for watching.